People change, you watch them grow. People change their minds, you know. People change, they always do. Hold on, we got another caller, man. Hold on. Hey, caller 630, what's your name is?
Yo, Ed, this is Andy Dare from the Andy Dare Show. How you doing, man?
Oh, Jesus Christ, man, what are you doing calling my show? You got your own show.
Yeah, I just thought since, 200 episodes, I thought it would be nice to, chat with you a little bit. Thank you so much for coming on about, what was it, February or March? That was a good time, man.
Yeah, I know you're a good kid. Hey, Major Minority, this is Andy Dare Show. He's from Chicago. He's big time, man. He live in that dirty-ass city, Chicago. But it's all right,
I actually just did a pig roast on the south side of Chicago today for my my barbecue company, and it was a Polish family, but everybody's smoking cigarettes. Everybody's I heard the term Schwarza. You ever heard of the term Schwarza?
Schwarza?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nigga, ain't it?
Well, it's Polish for black people, and I was just laughing about that. You never hear that,
Yeah, I've been called that a couple times.
But yeah, it was a good time, and I've been doing the barbecue thing, been doing the show, and I posted your show on YouTube. Everybody's loving it. I keep getting messages at least 3 or 4 a week about where's the Ed, man? Where can I find your show? So I sent them to you. So I hope I'm improving your the little fan base you have. I hope I can pump it up a little bit more. So.
Yeah, you sent me some sexy women, man. I was like, all right.
Yeah, I was doing that too, and I got some girls interested in becoming whatever your Miss Ed pageant or whatever. That would be awesome.
Yeah, because I got to have my Miss Ed USA again one of these times, man. But I try to do so much stuff and I forget to do it.
Well, it's better than not doing anything. I like that you do so much that there's always something new. You put your NFL picks up. That was interesting. You always got something new, it seems like, every week. So that's good for keeping people interested. So.
Yeah, I try, man. I try. How long you been doing your show?
This is going to be 2 years pretty soon. But before that, I had a little show with some other guys in the city. And just infighting happened, and people get mad at each other. So I just said, I was getting all the guests anyway and doing all the promoting. So I said, hey, I'm just going to do my own, make it the Andy Dare Show. That way I take all the blame and I take all the rewards, too, which is very small so far, but something,
You had the Dave on your show before, right?
No, we've been trying to get to Dave. Dave's been pretty busy, and unfortunately football season's about to start up, so I might have missed my window there. But I'd love to talk with him. I love listening to his show with Rank. I think they got a good thing going on too. So
yeah, who the most famous person you had on your show?
I had Corolla's wife Lynette. I've had David Wild, the music guy for Corolla. I had Paul Bryan. I have had pretty much everybody from the Corolla show besides Corolla. I've had some musicians. I had the first drummer for Nirvana. Had a couple other people, just trying to keep it, light talk, just goofy talk. But I like music a lot, so I talk about music quite a bit, too.
How do you get them on? You just call them up and say, hey, man, be on my show.
Yeah, pretty much. You'd be surprised how easy it is to get people on the show. I'll use Twitter a lot, which is easy because, writing one sentence is really easy for somebody to do, no matter how famous you are. They can just, they usually write me back pretty quickly, and then we get it going on, So it's pretty simple doing that. But, I had a good Chicago sports story for you. I don't think I said this one on our episode, but you know Isaiah Thomas, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, his mom lived 2 blocks away from me in the Chicago suburbs when I was growing up.
Yeah, Mary Thomas. Yeah, Mary, I know.
Yeah, she just passed a couple years ago. But But, he would go to our church, and he would never really live with the mom. Obviously, he was doing really well in the 80s and early 90s. But we'd go to his house, or we'd go to the mom's house and get, glossy 9x9s, get signed autographs. Every Halloween, she gave out Isaiah Thomas bars that they had printed up, which were actually just like Baby Ruth's, but they put his face on them and stuff. It was funny. And then one time, she said, well, do you want to play basketball with Isaiah's brothers, his baby brothers? And we said, of course. So Yeah, so she took us through the basement. There's a guy with a boombox the size of like a big screen TV smoking a blunt. It was just really funny. They're blasting the hip-hop. We're about 8 years old at the time. But they played us on their little, hard court that they had in their backyard. And the guys couldn't have been any nicer. And I always had true respect for the whole Thomas family. So I've always got love in my heart for, anybody that reaches out to a little kid. That's always a good thing. So.
Yeah, they good people. Yeah, she just passed away, man. She was a good lady.
She was a real good lady, and Sally would come by there. I heard a whole bunch of the guys back in the day, Dumars and whatnot. So yeah, it was just you would never expect it in this quiet little suburban town. But I heard obviously she was they were living I think in Detroit she was living in Detroit, and she got sick of being the whole Medea with a shotgun on her porch and fighting away the gangsters coming up on her lawn and stuff. So she said, screw this, I'm going to a lily white suburb where everybody knows your name and raising
he grew up in Chicago. He didn't grow up in Detroit.
Okay, so he grew up in Chicago, and she did the whole probably south side of Chicago or something, and she got sick of it.
I know the whole recruiting story about that because one of my good friends is the Pat Knight, and his daddy is the Bob Knight. That's the
gotcha.
So I know when Pat's daddy went to go recruit Isaiah back when they lived in the projects.
Sure.
Isaiah got an older brother that used to sit out front of the house with a gun. When Isaiah was good, and so when Coach Knight went over there that day, they said there was probably, Dean Smith was over there, Joe B. Hall from Kentucky, just whole bunch of goddamn coaches was all there, and they was taking turns, about all going in the house. So when Coach Knight went in, his brother already told Coach Knight, hey man, how much money you giving us and all this stuff like that. And he's like, I ain't got no money for you, And he went in there and talked to Miss Thomas, and Miss Thomas and Isaiah, they respected him because he was the only person that didn't offer him nothing.
Didn't offer him nothing, huh?
No.
Weird.
And Mary says, I want you to go play for that man because he'll turn you into a man. And that's why
nice.
Isaiah went. Yeah, but there was people offering him $50,000, $60,000 at the time. And back in 1978, 79, that's a lot of money.
That's big money back then, of course. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's crazy. So he could have been a bowler, or he could have been. What are you talking about? Like who is in the race for him?
Yeah.
Who is interested?
Every school, man. I mean, North Carolina, Duke, all them schools, man. They all wanted him at that particular time. They were all the big schools. I mean, they wanted him.
Of course.
That's what. Yeah. But hey, sometimes you go with the money now, or sometimes you go with the money later.
Sometimes you wait for the money, and the money ends up drying up before you end up getting it, so you kick yourself for waiting for the money. But obviously that didn't happen for Isaiah, but it's happened many times in the game, obviously.
Yeah, so. Yeah.
Well, I'll leave you with that, Ed. Just, keep going with the show. Keep bringing them on, whatever, weekly or more than weekly. I love tuning in.
I try to do my show. I try to do it, man, but, hey, people be trying to get me to do TV, too, but I'll probably do TV show here once in a while. I probably in the next year, I think I am going to give me a television show.
That's awesome, man. I mean, there's not enough hours of the day to do everything you really want. You got to pick what you'll love and then go with it. So
I know, because I get up about 4 or 5 o'clock every morning, and I go to bed about 10:30 or 11. So I don't got much time.
Why you wake up so early? The baby's making noise or something?
No, he don't wake up that early, but I wake up just because I don't want to miss the day. I don't want to waste the day, man.
That's good.
I got to
your fire alarm, by the way, man.
Huh? What?
Your fire detector, your smoke detector. Do you hear that?
Yeah, I know, man. My fire detector, I can't reach it to change the goddamn battery.
Oh, I got you.
It's a 20-foot ceiling. I ain't got enough in that goddamn high to get in it, man.
What I did with mine is I got annoyed of it and I smashed it, and then there hasn't been a replacement yet. My house is about 3 rooms, so I figure I'll smell smoke before I burned up. So I'm taking a risk with that one.
Yeah, I don't sleep many hours, so I figure if my house burns up, I'll probably be up.
Nice. All right, I'll leave it with that, Ed. Just keep up the good work, and I'll try to get you on the show maybe this fall or something. We'll talk, whatever, talk football, talk the next basketball season or something like that. Cool?
Yeah, all right. Well, yeah, everybody listen to the Andy Dare show. He's a good kid. He gets a lot of famous people on his show. He's famous. He's more famous than a hot dog.
Yep, I love that, man.
A lot of stuff, you know. So, I mean, you guys listen to him, too. And then you listen to my show, and you listen to whatever shows you want to listen to. Because when you listen to shows, that means your ears is working. And that means you're going to be able to understand other people's points of view and stuff.
Hell yeah, man. If they want to follow me, it's Andy Dare, ANDYDERER. If not, no big deal. Just keep up the good work, Ed, and I will talk to you later, man.
All right, man. You be good. Don't let nobody talk bad about you.
You too, man. Later.
All right, bye.